Everyone, Alex here, and welcome back to another one of my more unusual videos. So I know I've done this mission in the past, and I want to show it again because I don't think I really did a good job back then in trying to achieve like the mission objectives and explain myself fully what am I trying to do right here. So I am actually going to do compete for Indian Ocean once again after quite a while, as you guys can see from the title. So once again, it is a really hard mission if I haven't emphasized myself enough in my previous video, which is a really long time ago. And it is in my opinion, it is the hardest mission in the entire game right here. So previously I have actually, what I did was I basically held out over here in the Caucasus area and let the Soviets just come at me while I settled while I duked it out with the Indians and approached the Soviets from their flank. And this time I just want to crash directly into the Soviet flank, which is very different from what I've done in the past because it is not really a wise idea. The Soviets do have a lot of really mechanized units right here, like heavy tank, and they've got like a whole bunch of rocket launchers that they can definitely deal out a lot of damage to my units. So what I really wanted to do by doing this video again, this mission again, is to show how you could actually like land yourself in a situation where you can not only hold off against the Soviets but also gain ground against the Indians, which is once again a really hard thing to achieve because of how little units we have at our disposal and our really limited income. So first things first, let's start off by upgrading this to a level 4 city, and now we've got this guy as a level 3 city, which means that we can build infantry units from there. And over here I want to move this guy here, and these ships over here, what I'm going to do is to just let them stay over here, and I don't really want to attack any of the units here because they have land fort. And if I cannot destroy this unit over here when I attack it with a ship, then the land fort will basically deal like a lot more damage to my ships. So I want to focus on their most powerful unit right here, which is what I'm doing with the rocket launcher. And I want to slowly whittle down their armored units right here. And the Indians have a lot of artillery right here, and definitely a lot of units. They got a healthy amount of units like tanks and whatnot, but they are really weak in comparison to our units. So there's one thing to take note of. The Indians have the superior numbers, but we have the our units are just better if you compare, like, well, I guess like unit to unit. And yeah, so we want to definitely take advantage of our tanks right here, because if they fully destroy an enemy, they won't reduce like the movement points and whatnot. So that's what we want to exploit over here when we attack the Indians. So yeah, and okay, let's destroy this. Okay, we cannot destroy the artillery, but it's fine because we have definitely struck out against the Indians like a lot. And yeah, so right now the Indians have not really they don't really have the numerical advantage immediately on the front lines right now. They do have a lot of units in reserve that they could definitely bring in to the fight, but the thing is we will be able to hold them off because we have better units. And if we go toe to toe, like disregarding the numerical superiority that Indians have, we would actually just win if we are on equal footing right here, because our units are, as I said, better than them. And now the Soviets are going to attempt to land in the Caucasus, which is definitely something that we want to take note of, because once they establish a foothold in the Caucasus, they can basically just charge right into our rear, and we will be doomed if that is the case. So we definitely want to stop them landing at all cost. And the British are going to do a lot of help right here, because they are going to distract the main Indian units right here, and they are going to keep them bogged down for quite a while. So yeah, it's a really good thing that the British are over here, just to our south right here, aiding us. And now they've got the heavy tank right here, and we are going to use our commander to basically dish out that damage that we so desperately need right here. And I'm going to move this infantry up to defend our rocket launchers right here. And okay, here's the thing about the rocket launcher. You can once there's a land fort right here, it will actually be able to attack the ships. Wait, it didn't? Okay, that was for artillery, mixed that up. But now we've got one rocket launcher out of the way, which is really great. And we've got to produce an infantry unit here and stop them from landing at all cost, which is a really important step right here. And yeah, okay, we're just going to demolish the Indian units in the north here, but we've got to worry about this heavy tank right here, which is a really powerful thing, and definitely not a force to belittle. It's a really powerful piece of equipment right there that they have, but unfortunately it is in fact going to go down right there right now, because my commander is just too powerful, I guess. And let's move this guy back to Baghdad to heal up, destroy that artillery that they have, and now suddenly we have the advantage, and we will be able to subsequently move forwards. And here's the really important part: entrenchment. Very important right here. And we could buy an infantry unit and take care of that infantry unit. So we got to let our heavy tank heal up, let our units heal up, and then we will be good to go again. And we don't want to let our tank charge forward, because they do have a lot of units in the rear. So it is not a good idea to charge forward and overstretch ourselves, because if we overstretch ourselves, we don't have we will have a really long supply line, and it's not really good. We can't replace our losses rapidly, and now the Soviets are going to start to focus on my commander right here, which is great because we want to take some pressure off from our units in the Caucasus where they are attempting to land in. And yeah, this is really the key, is whether you can juggle your very limited resources to not only repel the attempted Soviet landings in the Caucasus, but also advance against the Indians. So it's sort of like I guess an economics problems right here. Not sure how many of you guys actually have learned economics. And yeah, it's really about how you use limited resources to really just do the most amount of damage right here. And yeah, so I'm going to move this guy here, attack that tank, and yeah, so right now we are going to let our heavy units right here rest. This is our most powerful units right here, our heavy tank and whatnot. So okay, here's the thing right here. We want to let the Indians actually duke it out with our other units, but our commander just goes straight ahead at the Soviets right here. But we cannot really just move into Soviet territory because they do have a lot of units, and their units are on par if you compare it to ours. So we are not going to make too aggressive moves right here. We can destroy Indian units here and there, but that's about it. We don't really want to overstretch ourselves per se. And let's move in, put in ace forces in this heavy tank so that it can heal up a little bit faster, just slightly faster right here. And we are going to attack this infantry unit right here. As you guys can see, my infantry unit here take 4 damage, that the enemy unit took 21. If you can see the major disparity right here. And we want to destroy that heavy tank, or is it a tank? I'm not sure. Pretty sure it's a heavy tank. And Zhukov is right here, and he's really looking pretty intimidating right here with all of his infantry units. So definitely got to take note of that. And but otherwise, we are just going to move here, move back, as what we always usually do. We want to just chip away at their income a little bit, just bit by bit, and eventually we would be able to take the upper hand right here. So yeah, and okay, the thing about the Soviets is that because we don't have the capability to land like further east from the like we won't be able to make attempted landings from the Caspian Sea, so they really only have to worry about our main ground forces right here. They can basically ignore our rocket launchers and whatnot, because if they actually managed to fully mobilize their entire army against us, we would basically lose due to their numerical superiority right here. And that is one thing that we want to avoid. And the Soviets are actually doing a really great job at trying to like land right here, but it's not really working out too well for them. And they've got that rocket launcher right there, which is really annoying. Definitely something that we want to deal with. And let's destroy that tank right here, and they are going to try and like move units into here and try and attack both rocket launchers at the same time, because right now the only thing that's stopping them from landing in the Caucasus is our rocket launchers. So we want to keep them really healthy. And yeah, and they've got one rocket launcher down, they have one more to go. So right now we could move like a couple of, okay, yeah, there's 4 units here, so we can't really do anything. So yeah, we are just going to just like punch a hole in the Indian defenses and start to move a little bit forwards right here, and just get rid of the Indian infantry right there. And we're gonna let this armored car right here heal up in the city, because it can heal up units faster if you compare it to this city, because it is by default a level 1 city. So yeah, I'm not sure if it makes sense. I'll try to explain fully, but we definitely need an infantry unit right here, and some infantry units here as backup. And let's upgrade this guy to a level 4 city so we can get a little bit more income. And okay, so right now we are basically containing the Indian threat right now. The British have definitely destroyed a lot of the Indian mechanized units right there, so that's one less enemy to deal with. And now we have to really focus our attention on the Soviets, because they are the biggest threat right now, and they could just steamroll us like just really badly if we are not careful enough. So the Indians are trying to make attempted landings in the Middle East, and yeah, I guess we need to just divert some of our forces to help the British out. I'm not sure exactly what happened down there, but yeah, the Nimitz right here, oh, it's MacArthur right here, he will be trying to just land in the southern parts of India, which is, oh, okay, I guess it's a decent form of help, I guess. And oh, they've got a rocket launcher here. Let's destroy this tank and move this guy back to heal up. And okay, so Zhukov right now is on a really high morale, so I don't really want to mess around too much. And because once Zhukov is on high morale, it's really easy to just waste a lot of units on him. So that's not really too great right there. Let's destroy the heavy tank. And okay, let's take the infantry unit out. Okay, we are going to use a carrier, buy a carrier on this infantry unit, and we want to just take this rocket launcher out, because it is going to be really annoying if we keep having to deal with that rocket launcher, because it is just going to whittle down our infantry units. So yeah, and let's okay, it can't kill the tank, but it has done its job. That tank is as good as dead right now. And we just need to send in more infantry units right there as cannon fodder, and we just want to delay the Soviet units right there. And we want to definitely preserve our commander, and so that our commander can deal the necessary damage against Zhukov. And so they are bringing up their last rocket launcher from reserves right there. And yeah, the Soviets are not going to really make a dent in our defenses, for now at least. But now we are starting to face the problem right here. The Indians are actually going to move like a lot, and they have actually successfully landed in the Middle East, which is definitely not what we want. And yeah, so let's just finish off these guys over here. And yeah, so there goes the artillery threat. I know there's this guy right here, so we definitely do need to send one infantry unit right there to help us take a little bit of hits. And can we buy ace forces? No, we can't. So unfortunately, we will have to use infantry units right here. And let's attack that rocket launcher. Really, minus. Okay, move this armored car up, and we are going to start to deal hits against Zhukov right here and chip away at Zhukov using our rocket launchers. So right here we are going to do just one single attack, and we are not going to waste too much of our commander's health on Zhukov right here because he is really deadly. And we definitely have to go hard after the Indians right now because they are going to be right on our rear if we don't do that, and we definitely got to pressure them really hard. And now that they have successfully secured a foothold in the Middle East, we have to divert some of our resources to helping the Indians out, the British out. And oh my, okay, they've sent in their commander, which is not too great. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of an issue right here, but we can try to capture like there's some of the cities right here like Mumbai and New Delhi, while like the bulk of their forces are fighting it elsewhere. So let's just let this this cruiser right here stay there, and we are going to just attack. So we are going to buy a supply line right here, and we are going to take Zhukov out. Ooh, here's the thing. Now all of their units are basically half dead right now, and let's actually attack the heavy tank right here. And yeah, so now we can start to move towards New Delhi and finish the Indians off right here. They do have Mumbai, but it is not really enough to it is only going to delay the inevitable. And yeah, so now the British are starting to transfer forces back into the Middle East to just like contain the Indians that are running like really wild out there. And yeah, so okay, we got to heal the armored car up, and we've got to take their rocket launcher out with our rocket launcher. So now we are starting to face a little bit of resistance right here from the Indians over here near Mumbai. And yeah, so we are not going to overcommit ourselves right here. We are in fact going to just let's see right here. Okay, my heavy tank is not really looking too great. Let's send one infantry unit there. They got a rocket launcher, but it is out of range. So yeah, and let's just finish that rocket launcher off. I know I took a lot of damage on this rocket launcher right here, but it's alright. We can definitely heal it up if we need to. So we are just going to destroy this heavy tank right here, and we are going to attack. So the armored car right here, and we are going to, first of all, we have to take that rocket launcher out. So okay, that will do, and we'll end the turn right here. So okay, MacArthur right there has made a landing. So the Soviets still do have like more income than us, and they still definitely have more units than us. But the truth is, now because they have no commander, they only have a few like really powerful units left, like the heavy tank and whatnot, and they don't have a lot of like they don't have like a lot of really powerful units left. So yeah, it's not looking too great for them. I'm going to let this heavy tank land here so that we can deal with it with our rocket launchers. So yeah, and okay, this is not looking too great for us. We got to take Mumbai, but they've got a lot of units there to defend. So what I'm going to do is to move this guy here. Oops, that was a bit of a that was not too good right there. Yep, okay, at least that rocket launcher can't hit us. So I'm going to focus my attention on Mumbai right now and take Mumbai. So this should be enough. Yeah, it should be. And yep, there we go, we've taken Mumbai. And we're going to take the industry as well. So, okay, yep, the British are definitely going to recapture the territory in the Middle East. So yeah, it's not really looking too good for the enemy right now. They are definitely in quite a lot of trouble right here, and they have landed their heavy tank, and we are basically halfway through. Oops, low battery. Not good. Definitely not good right there. And we're just going to let Nimitz, no, not Nimitz, MacArthur right there help us out a bit. So we're going to leave them with an open space to just capture a whole bunch of land, I guess. And yeah, so okay, let's destroy this. No, let's destroy this heavy tank, and we are going to. Okay, let's move an infantry unit here, just in case, and then we can start to attack right here. And we definitely do need another supply line, so we are going to do that in the next turn. And yeah, so the British have recaptured that territory, which is great, and now the Indian threat is basically gone. We just need to focus on the Soviets right now. And yeah, we definitely have to take New Delhi, but that is pretty easy to take from now on, and the Soviets are going to try and attack us. So what we are going to do right here is to basically heal up all of our really powerful units right here. Let's just send in an armored car so that we can get in maximum value from that supply line. And right now, they've got a lot of problems to worry about right here. And yeah, it's definitely not looking too great for them. So that is 1, 2, 3, and okay, let's buy another armored car right here because I need to divert my heavy tank away from New Delhi. And okay, that's great. That's really great right here. And we are going to smash into the Soviet defenses right here. And okay, let's move this guy here. Finish the infantry unit off, and now we can start to pound the Soviet forces with our rocket launchers, which is really great. And yeah, so this artillery can go back up there. And now the British have nothing to do. So yeah, we basically cut them off from here. And yeah, the Soviets are just going to continue pouring in infantry units, but that is basically too late right now. And their biggest mistake, the rocket launcher is actually right here at this point in time. So that means we can basically just destroy them, and we can start to move into their rear and take their cities right here. So that is 1, 2, 3. I miscalculated that. Yeah, definitely not. Math is definitely not my strong suit right here. So yeah, and okay, that rocket launcher has to go. So let's destroy that guy, and we're just going to continue to tear into the Soviet forces right here. And ooh, there's one piece of territory right here, so let's actually try and cut them off right here so that they will actually like come back for it. And yeah, so it's basically a W for us right now. Let's move here and start to land. And yeah, we've basically gotten the win right here. It's a really tough mission. Definitely do have to juggle your resources a lot, but I hope that this really helped. You could use like either method, like whether you want to break through to the Soviet lines with your commander, and only with the commander. If not, you'll basically just be smashed away by the numerical superiority that the enemy has. So yeah, the Soviets are pretty much down right now, and let's just, we have same number of, okay, we have 391 of each resource. So yeah, pretty interesting right there, I guess. Let's send in airborne infantry, so we don't have to worry about that guy. And yeah, so it's basically a win. Yep. And we're just going to do that right here, move this artillery up, and yeah, so we're just going to clean up, and that will be the end of the mission right here. So definitely hope that you guys have enjoyed watching this video. I know it's a really weird thing to suddenly start doing this mission, but I really want to show it to you guys, and I hope that it will help anyone who's stuck on this mission, because this mission is, as I've said, possibly the hardest mission in this game. So yeah, so thanks for all of you guys who have managed to stay out to this long. And yep, so if you guys don't know, I have an Instagram account, and just the link will be in the description below so that you guys can follow me. I'll try to be a little bit more active. Currently I'm not really active on that account, but yeah, so we are also hitting 1,000 subscribers, like pretty soon. I guess we are like about 80 subs away. So really want to thank all of you guys for the support. And in order to commemorate the 1K subs, I'm going to just start a Q&A right here. You guys can comment down in the comment section below with any question that you want to ask me, and yeah, I'll try to answer them all. But remember to, in fact, start up the comment with hashtag Q&A right there, so that I know that you guys are in fact replying, are in fact trying to get your questions submitted to me. So yeah, that is going to do it for this video. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and yeah, really sorry for the unnecessary droning and stuff like that, but that's how I am. So yeah, if you're new to this channel, please do remember to subscribe, and that's it. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and of course, goodbye.